Hey guys, in today's video I am going to be doing a full transformation on my starter dreadlocks. Alright guys, this is my hair after the shower. Just got out and I did like a really good wash on it like you guys seen in the video. And this time I actually did a wash, rinse, repeat, and I really got in there. I actually scrubbed my scalp with my hand like this, and what that did is it created a bunch of suds and bubbles so that it can really activate on my scalp. And I also use my fingertips to agitate anything that was on my scalp, any buildup or oils. Like, yeah, I just try to make sure that it was completely clean, that not only the dreadlocks were clean, but my scalp was as well, because I'm gonna be doing a retwist. And after doing a retwist, it's almost as if you started your dreadlocks again. Or I would say you maintain your dreadlocks afterward as if you started them again. So you're a little bit more careful because you just did a retwist. Just so you can make them look clean and they look nice after a while. But then again, like, I'm most likely just gonna result back to what I have been doing, which is sleeping without a do-rag so that the dreadlocks can actually start to frizz up and bud up, and then that eventually locks up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to implement wearing a do-rag right away. Depending on how they actually look after the retwist is what I'm basing on if I'm going to wear a do-rag, because I haven't worn a do-rag for the past almost a week. So with that being said, I'm just going to show you guys what my hair is looking like right now after I did a deep scrub and shampoo on my hair. Alright, before we get into the retwist, let's talk about the products I'm going to be using in today's video. First off, number one product is water, which I already used in the shower, and you want to do this about maybe at no more than an hour after you shower, because you want your hair to be damp. And that's the best way to do it versus using a spray bottle, because then you have to constantly be spraying your hair. But if you shower your hair, clean it very nice, and then do it within like 30 minutes to an hour of after washing, then that's perfect. The next product I'm going to be using is these duck clips, and this just really helps with holding down all the hair when you do a retwist. And this is really important, especially during the beginning stage, because not only are we creating sections, but we want these sections to hold very tightly. Now, you guys seen in the original video of me actually starting these starter locks right here, I didn't use any duck clips besides holding back the hair that I wasn't using at the time. I really want to use them now just so that everything holds very nice, so that not only does my hair have the sections like I said, but then you're able to see the length of my actual hair with the retwist. And last but not least, now I feel like this is very unheard of, but I'm going to be using the Mocha de Gorilla or the Gorilla Snot gel with my hair. I've never done any gel besides Jamaican Mango and Lime, but I feel like with my hair type and my hair length right now, with me doing twisting the gel method, I want something that's going to really hold down the hair. And I've seen a couple people use this product, and I've used this before with braiding hair, and it just holds down the hair so much better. Obviously, it's probably not the best or healthiest product, but I'm okay with that because I'm actually washing my hair very frequently now, especially with the starter locks. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is my first time ever using it, so it's gonna be somewhat of a product review as well. So I'm actually really excited to use this. Please watch through this whole video before you actually purchase this product, because it's my first time ever using it. I've seen other people do it on retwists, and I just know that this has such a strong hold. And I'm also gonna be updating you guys on whether or not like this flakes or creates, you know, like white flakes or gel flakes, whatever you wanna call it, because I know a lot of products do. So we're really just gonna see how it goes. So I'm going to be using my self-cut system again with this retwist like I did in the original video. So I'm setting that up really quick. And this is just really good for me to look around my entire head while I'm doing the retwist. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. I did bring a spray bottle because I did take a while getting set up, because I just wanted to make sure that the angle is perfect. So I have my camera up there so that you guys can see everything a lot better up there. So I brought this just in case. My hair is still really damp, and there's a helicopter flying over. It's probably Air Force One, to be honest, because it's really loud. I'm really surprised how often the presidents fly over where we live. The presidents, I'm saying the presidents because it's like Joe Biden and Trump still going at it. That's besides the point. Let's get started. Roll up my sleeves a little bit. And I also have a towel right here because this is super important when just like wiping off your hands so that you're not sticky. Now, I've never used this Mocha de Gorilla. I've only used the one in the yellow bottle. So this one has a 9 out of 10 hold. So I'm not gonna be using too much. I'm using just a little bit. Boom, just a little bit. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I mean, my hands are already really sticky. I think I used way too much product, to be honest, just for this one small dreadlock. We'll see what happens. Now, the tricky part about doing the dreadlocks that are around the edge is that there's really nothing for them to hold on to quite yet, because everything else kind of clips onto those. So what I do at the beginning, like say how I just twisted this one, is I'll twist it and then I'll hold it, make sure that it's good to go in that position, hold it for a little bit, especially with this locking gel. It's like really holding. That's a hard hold right there. Let that sit, and then I start clipping everything else to that. And I'm doing not like a perfect retwist because I feel like my sections are still pretty good. So I'm just going to be doing a kind of like just a rough retwist, although I want it to look as best as possible. So on this next one, I'm going to be using a clip, which you mostly want the hair at the root to have that product in it. I'm going in really hard right here. Make sure that it looks good, which to be honest, like look at that section. That section still looks really good. Now I come back and touch up the first one that I did, pull them both together, and then I can clip them. And in the beginning, it's going to be a bunch of clipping and unclipping, I feel like, which I'm not even sure if I want to clip these yet, but I'll do it. So clip those really quick. Now I'm going to move on to this one right here. To be honest, I'm going to take this clip out really quick. I'm just going to hold these for a minute. And what I'm going to do, I have this little plastic piece right here that comes with the duck clip. So I'm just going to put the product on there so I don't have to keep squeezing it out. That's the one thing about this locking gel, which I don't even know if you want to call it locking gel. I'm just squeezing a little bit on there. Is that you have to constantly be squeezing it. So it's probably best to have something to put it on so you can just run your fingers through it. So I just put a little bit of product on that. And I can just tap into it. I'll retouch those up once I finish this one. Make sure you get it at the root. First off, make sure that you got only the hair that you want in there in this one. So kind of doing that, like rubbing my finger into the dreadlock like this at the root. And for me, I feel like that just using a comb, especially with starter locks, that just helps pull in any loose hair. That's going to be the one I do next. But now I'm just going to touch these up. And you just want to hold them, and then you're able to put in a duck clip. And I truly believe that these are going to look really good once everything dries. Because that's one thing about this product, or just gel in general. Once it dries, it just looks so good because it holds very well. All right, now it's time for the clip. You want to go as high up as you can. Boom. And you see how that lock right there is very tight, like right here. That's going to hold that way when I take it out of these once it's all said and done. So this ought to turn out really good. Now I'm just going to start working my way around. And the most important part, which I feel like it's important to get the gel on all of it since they are starter locks. But I think the most important part always is just getting that root the way it needs to be, no matter what. So pulling everything in like that and then twisting. And I like twist quite a bit because I want the hair to keep wrapping. And then I'm going to put this one in the same duck clip. So I pull all these locks first and then pull the duck clip out and then put the duck clip back in. Good thing about duck clips, or new duck clips, is that they hold very well, which these last pretty long, but I went ahead and got these new ones just because I knew that they would have a better hold to them. This one's a little thicker. I think I might have combined this one earlier on. And to be honest, like since these are beginning locks, a lot of them have combined just from me, running my fingers around the locks like how I'm doing right now to where I'll twist them. And I'm completely okay with that. But I am noticing, like, look how big that section is. It's about, to be honest, an inch by inch section, which is pretty big and isn't 100% necessary for my hair type. What I mean by that is different hair types can handle different sections. So with a tighter curl pattern, they can handle a smaller section. With a straight hair pattern or a less of a curl pattern, then they need a little bit more of a section. So in my case, I use a little bit bigger sections that I would actually like to, but it's just more suitable for my hair type. I'm just really hoping that these look good. And to be honest, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not expecting these to be perfect. I'm just expecting a good retwist, especially because they are really new. It's not even a month yet. Now I'm gonna start working on the rest. Start with this first one, pull all the hair in. And I can tell you right now that this gel is really good. It's actually drying pretty fast. And that's a good thing about Mocha de Gorilla, is that it dries really fast. And of course, like other locking gels might be better, but we'll see how this looks at the end. I would say people think they're healthier, but I mean, since you're gonna be washing your hair so often in the beginning stages, I'm not sure if you even wanna like say what's gonna be healthier for your hair because you're gonna be washing it so often if you go the route that I'm going. Cause I wash my hair pretty often And the reason being is because I just want to just keep my hair clean. Because clean hair locks up faster and dry hair locks up faster. And the only way to get clean and dry hair is to wash it. I think on the next retwist, I would like to have my hair long enough to where I can do a retwist and then braid the hair. Like, I feel like my hair is long enough to do braids, but it's going to be like struggle braids. So I don't know if I want to do that quite yet. But that's definitely something I want to do. All right, let's start on this next one. And guys, since you are having starter locks, be patient because these aren't going to look perfect. But you can get them to look the best that you can possibly do. And say if it's not looking right as you're retwisting or something like that isn't looking good, then one thing you can always do is wet the hair and do just a little bit of a tighter retwist. Because one thing about this gel, which is actually really cool, is water reactivates the gel. One thing that I'm trying to eliminate too is any hair going into the wrong dreadlock, because that can just hurt the head, and I ain't about that. I don't want to hurt my head. Now trust me, if you have someone else do this for you, it's going to look pretty good. Or it's going to look a little bit better, I would say. Like say if you had your wife or if you're a woman, your husband, help you do the retwist, then it's going to look a little bit better. But I'm really big on learning how to do it yourself so that you can like literally just do everything yourself with your hair so that you don't have to go anywhere or rely on anybody else when it comes to what you're doing with your hair. Because it's your hair and you don't want to have to constantly be going to someone and say like, hey, I need a retwist, or I need maintenance done on my hair. It's just kind of annoying, like going to a barber all the time. Nobody wants to go to, well, some people do, but like I don't like going to the barber every week. It's just not my thing. So it's the same thing with locking up your hair. You don't want to have to like spend hundreds, thousands of dollars, because realistically you'll spend thousands of dollars at a loctician for them to start your locks, do the maintenance, and keep maintaining your hair over time, even for it to just mature. That's like just the beginning stages. You're going to spend thousands of dollars if you do it through that route. But if you learn how to do it yourself, you're literally saving yourself thousands of dollars in the beginning. And you can have dreadlocks the way that you want them versus someone else doing them and you trying to explain how you want them to look. It's like going to the barber and trying to tell them, hey, I want my fade to look like this, and it just doesn't look the way that you want it to. So then it's the same thing as if you learn how to cut your own hair, then you can cut your hair exactly how you want. Of course, it's going to take time to learn, but once you master it, then that's like the goal right there, is to master it so you can do it yourself. All right, so these two look good. And the way I do it is after I do a retwist, which I'm trying to put like 5 at minimum in one clip. So I'll grab the 2 that I just twisted, and then I grab the dreadlocks that I twisted before I take them out of the clip so that they hold the tightness. And then I pull those in together, and that's how it looks right now. And I'm sure it's going to look really good once I'm done with the whole head. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and then you guys will be able to see how it looks. Alright guys, this is what everything is looking like afterward. I'm pretty stoked, like everything is looking really good. My hair looks really good. I'm not gonna, I'm super astonished. I'm astonished. That's a big thing for myself. It takes a lot for me to be astonished. But I'm really excited. Everything still has to dry. But overall, I'm really stoked. This really shows my length. And I know a lot of people are like, yo, your hair doesn't seem like it's growing. But, I mean, it really just takes a retwist sometimes to show your length. And obviously, it will start to appear longer as it matures. So I'm just going to allow this to dry. I might use a blow dryer. Yeah, I'm going to use a blow dryer right now. So you can either let it air dry or you can use a blow dryer. I'm going to use a blow dryer just to speed up the process. Overall, I'm stoked. But I want these to hold really well. So yeah, blow dry. Make sure it's completely dry. Then I'll take the clips out and then we'll see what it looks like afterward. Alright guys, these should be dry. I used the blow dryer for quite a bit of time. And all I'm going to be doing is taking these clips out and putting them in my pocket. So let's get started. Everything should hold, so that one held really well. And one thing that I did find out, which I didn't really even think about, which is interesting, is you don't necessarily have to put the clip all the way at the root. You could put it further down. And to be honest, you don't even have to put a clip. Like this one only had one clip in it. And the way it kept like its position is because the clip was butted up against my skin or my head so that the clip wouldn't move or unravel anything. So it's pretty cool. Actually really excited to see what everything looks like. I mean, you could see just already a big change. Some small clips in here, but I honestly prefer the larger clips because they're easier to grab everything. I mean, this makes my hair actually look like dreadlocks, not just like little coils. So that's one thing that a twist does, a retwist, or even just starting out with twists. And I think just having clips, or this is an example right here of what I was talking about earlier, how this is only one clip. This clip is only attached to one lock, but the weight of the clip plus it being up against my head allows it to stay in its position and not allow the lock to unravel. But yeah, everything's looking pretty cool. I feel like my hair is gonna shake right now because I typically don't use a whole lot of product, but that was because I didn't wash my hair as much as I do now. So like I'm okay with putting in a little bit more product, and I would advise you not to do a bunch of product if you don't wash your hair that frequent, because then you're just gonna have a bunch of product buildup if you don't wash your hair. Because like I said, I wash my hair just about twice a week, but I get my hair wet every single day. That's just a personal preference, just because it kind of allows the hair to coil up better when my hair is wet, because my hair naturally wants to curl up. So if my hair gets straightened or it gets frizzy from sleeping without a do-rag or just sleeping in general, then the best solution is to get it wet, because then your hair naturally wants to coil up if you have a hair type like mine. But if your hair type is straight, then getting your hair wet is actually not a benefit. So it's good to know those things. It's good to know what your hair type is, because then different hair types are affected with different things. Although I'm taking the clips out, like I'm saying, they're completely dry, but I'm still going to be pretty precautious because I don't want them to unravel out of their position. Because although they are dry enough to take the clips out, they're not 100% dried. It takes a while for hair to actually dry up, especially when there's product in it. Like say if your hair is clean and there's no product in it, then it's going to dry up really fast. But when you have product in it, the product itself has to dry up. So that's what takes time. Coming up on my last clip, I believe. Last one. Ooh. Yeah, everything's holding really well. The parts look really clean. Man, the hair is like holding really good too. I would definitely recommend the Mocha de Gorilla locking gel, or use it as locking gel. It's not titled locking gel, but man, this has such a hold on it. And everything just is like singled out so well. Let's see if my hair shakes. Okay, a little bit of shake. There's hardly any. But the thing about having more weight on the hair allows it to shake coming soon once my hair gets a little bit more heavier. Man, these look good. And the biggest point of having starter locks is to keep your sections. As long as your sections are okay, like in the long run, you're not even going to remember the ugly stage. You're not going to remember the hair not looking the way that you want it to all the time. You're only going to remember like your sections. Those are the only thing that lasts. So pay attention to those. So yeah, pretty stoked on this. Let me give you guys some other angles so you guys can get like the full feel of what's actually going on and how much of an impact that retwist did. Alright guys, I trimmed up a little bit, shaved off my sideburns because they were getting a little rough. I haven't shaved in a while just because I always have to wear a face mask when I'm out. So I feel the people that like don't do anything with their beard or anything, even their hair, during this whole time of wearing masks. But yeah, sometimes I won't shave. And I've actually been keeping like my goatee and my little mustache, which I was shaving for a while, but I think it's more suitable with the hairstyle that I'm going with. Give myself a lineup so it looks nice and crisp, and then also I have these standing up because I did myself a lineup as well. I guess I can take those out really quickly. The overall look is just really good. I might have Candace take pictures because I like literally have not took pictures on Instagram in so long. Usually just because we have a photographer do our photos. But oh man, this one's standing up now. It's okay. I kind of like when dreadlocks stand up versus them just laying down. I mean, not this one because it's a unicorn dread. That's weird. Hold on. Oh no, it's not. It almost looks like a unicorn dread, but it's not. I'm gonna overexpose the shot a bit so that you guys can see everything once and for all. And obviously there's gonna be so much more content in the future because this is a process and it's essentially my dreadlock journey, and it's kind of hard saying dreadlock journey without trying to say dreadlock jewelry. Yeah, this is my dreadlock journey and you guys will be able to see the entire process. This is really just the beginning. It's not even been a month yet.
and my hair is growing really fast. I'm not noticing, or I'm not able to notice the growth like every single day, but when I see times like this where I do a retwist, then I'm able to see how much growth has actually happened. But like I said, I'm probably gonna have Candace take a photo of me outside while the sun is still up. This has been like kind of a long process, because not that it has to be a long process, just because I made it a long process because we did things in between while my hair was drying and everything. But you guys, that's today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If we take photos right now, I'll show you guys some at the end of this video. But guys, if you do want to have awesome deals on Dreadlock tools like a crochet hook or an interlocking tool, or even join the masterclass on greatlocs.com, make sure to go and do that. Links are down below. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys have an amazing day. Matter of fact, have a great day. Peace and God bless.